I don't think that he's looking at quitting anything. I think there's a big fight coming.
Did you know Mrs. Montoya was using a false Social Security card that was said in the court documents?
Were you paying your employees under the table? Were you paying your employees for green checks, or were you paying them legit?
How do you feel about taking pandemic relief money for people in your community as a city council member?
New video and sound just coming in tonight from the attorney for Sacramento City Council member Loloee. As you see there, he's walking out of the federal courthouse and they are vowing to fight federal charges. Good evening. A lot to cover tonight. I'm Chris Thomas.
I'm Laura Painter. Thank you for joining us. Loloee was indicted today by a federal grand jury, accused of wire fraud, falsifying records, and obstruction. The investigation centers around his supermarket chain. Loloee appeared in federal court today along with the chain's general manager. ABC 10's Devin Truby was in court. And Devin, what did you see?
Well, Laura, you saw Loloee walk out, but it's how he entered in handcuffs with the U.S. Marshals for his court appearance. His co-defendant, though, Karla Montoya, not in cuffs, but a team of attorneys surrounding them, 3 for Loloee and 1 for Montoya. 25 counts. Councilmember Loloee and his co-defendant Karla Montoya, who works at Viva Supermarket, facing the first 19 together. The bulk of the charges are for possessing false immigration documents, also using false immigration documents, and for obstructing an investigation. Loloee also faces charges of wire fraud by receiving $1.2 million in pandemic relief money for his grocery stores. Court documents say he lied about the store's earnings in order to get more money. Loloee and Montoya faced a federal judge today, his attorney bringing up his job as a city council member. The judge granted bail and released him to his Granite Bay home. Loloee's attorney objected to Granite Bay being his primary address, saying he needed to use his Sacramento home to be close to council and the Viva grocery stores. The judge told him that was irrelevant. ABC 10 recently spoke to Loloee and asked him about the investigation. He denied any wrongdoing.
So I can tell you very clearly where is the camera that I can definitely look into it and say. I can honestly say that every one of those accusations is a complete lie.
Defense attorney Mark Reichel sat in on the arraignment today as an observer.
For the federal government to come in and indict a sitting city council person using federal resources for that is a big deal. And so this had to have approval at the higher ups of the Justice Department. These are serious charges. They're hard to defend. I'm not saying they're not defendable.
Karla Montoya is accused of using a false permanent resident card and using the social security number of a person that died in 2007, and even telling employees where in Sacramento to get false documents made. Ramona Landeros with the Benito Juarez Association has helped 20 employees at Viva Supermarket come forward starting in 2016.
This is not okay. It's not okay anywhere, but we're not going to put up with it here in Sacramento. And you do have a voice and you do have rights as workers.
The mayor's office released a statement in part saying the charges are very troubling. I talked with Councilmember this morning and will be speaking with him throughout the day. He has a right to due process, and he has also an obligation to do the right thing by District 2 and the city. I expect the situation to be resolved within the next 24 hours.
Somebody with inside superior knowledge and, arguably an abuse of the public trust to take public money in this fashion.
Loloee did not speak when he came out of court today, but his office did issue a statement in part saying that he is shocked by these allegations that came today, especially as he's, quote, worked tirelessly to represent the underdeserved in his community as a city council member and with his grocery store, and that he will continue to do both while he fights these allegations. But a special stipulation of both Loloee's and Montoya's release is they cannot talk to each other unless it's pre-approved or with their attorneys. Laura, Chris?
Yeah, Devin, we heard earlier you asking them very pointed questions as they were exiting the courthouse. This evening, we didn't hear them responding at that time, but again, very serious allegations to which both have pleaded not guilty. We will be following this very closely. Devin Truby, thank you.